3, 4, 5. You're gonna have to wake the cat up. There's 6.
Oh, kitty.
She has loved that box for every minute that's been.
Oh, it's heavy. All right, episode 4, and we're finally gonna bring it home, but we realized we have so many projects on the go at home that we probably don't have enough time to really work on the Bronco. So Dave was nice enough to let us ship some parts to his house, and I figure we'll just build it as we move, and then it'll be completely done by the time we hit the border. Here we go.
Some parts. Some parts. UPS every day.
It was a long day. We got a lot done. It actually looks a whole lot better. Rides better. So we're gonna take that front fender, that door, pop them on ours.
5, we could go E5.
I'm coming to Vice Grip Garage. We're putting a sniper on it. Check. We were making headway. Now we need 2 windows. Yep. There we go. Perfect. We got the Skyjacker steering stabilizer kit. We're gonna throw that on the front. Get us through power tour without dying.
While this is happening on the highway,
we're going to Ford Fest. So we're throwing a Holley dash in there. It is not our fuel filter that's clogging anymore. It is the sock on the pickup tube inside the tank. We're literally 4 minutes from my house. It's like right there.
This is a good idea.
All right, so we got all the loops. We ordered tan, or brown, for the dash pad. And nobody makes a dash pad, but this cover from Bronco Graveyard fits perfect. The only issue is it's a slightly different color than our brown. But we're changing everything up anyway. We're gonna redo the seats. So if we do the seat color, one color this and the outside that, it's gonna match really, really nice. So the door panels are gonna be a little darker. When we throw the Coyote in there, the cruise isn't going to work anymore. So we do have cruise on this one right now, but we can't have buttons that don't do anything. So we got a nice new center for that. We're going to throw that on. We got a nice chrome bumper for the back because I don't like that steel one. We also got a new dash for it because some of the gauges don't work, and that's not acceptable at all. We're going to Ford Fest, so we're throwing a Holley dash in there, which will work nicely with the Coyote. And then we'll do some custom layouts for that. And then we're gonna have like a almost new truck. It's still really hot here. The border guards are not gonna believe when we show them a bill that we paid $2,400 for this Bronco.
Where's the opening in this box? Hang on, don't let it bang on the ground.
I didn't plan on it. Come on, baby. There you go. Hey, cool. Sticker.
That bumper looks too new. Okay, I got a bunch of these dashes. If you haven't checked out our video on how to make your own layout, definitely do that. But we're gonna put a Holley 12-inch dash in the Bronco. Is going to be a perfect fit. One for our old school engine with just our oil pressure sensor. We got speedometer, is GPS, and then just clicks into the sniper. We got full gauges. And we're going to be working on the layout for the Bronco. We'll have that one available on our website as well. Didn't have time to build one last night. Maybe I'll get Aaron to do it in a parking lot while I do some seals. Oh, so pretty. Uh-oh, is the lights on the top part of this?
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to keep those. Really don't give you much room, eh?
No, you gotta have time.
Yeah, just pull it hard. All those lights will still work, and I can just hollow this out and lay the dash right in here. It's close, but it's not. I think if we notch the bottom, I was hoping to lay it in the dash, but that's not possible because I don't want to lose my mount, so we had to raise it up a little bit. Just notch it for the GPS and notch it for that. Just a little scooch. Access port for the plug, which ends up right here. So perfect. Now I just gotta kind of like glue it in, or Velcro it in, or something. Oh no, the steering wheel does get in the way. Oh, it's already broken. Somebody already cut this. Oh, it's just a screw.
I did it.
Yeah, well, more or less. I think so. You can't have a sloppy steering wheel.
No.
I mean, it's embarrassing that the tank drives straighter than this thing. It's the ignition. Can't get that out of the way, and that's just in the way. Okay, so I had to take this support out in just the corners, which really doesn't matter because this plastic piece gets bolted here and here. But then we get the dash, and that fits almost perfectly right in there. And then I did have to surgically remove just a little bit on the back of the bezel, and then stick that under there, and then that covers up the dash, and then that gets bolted in place.
That looks good.
That looks about really perfect. Good. I got a tiny gap on the outside where we can just do like a really neat silicone, and then you'll never see it. That's everything you could possibly want. And you can touch this. You can,
right into Holley,
yeah, and you can tune your engine. You can use it to turn on your wipers, your nitrous, your blower, like whatever you want.
And it's touchscreen.
And it's all touchscreen. Give us a second, we'll light it up.
Going up there and fuck around and see if the ignition lights are right.
Yeah. So we're here at Ford Fest. Oil consumption's gone way better. I feel much better about putting T6 in it now because it's gonna last. And we're gonna need the T6 because we're beating the crap out of this thing. And T6 is the best protection for that because after all that, we still have to drive another 1,200 miles home. So we weren't gonna do anything stupid like jump our truck, but then we are in Kentucky and the entire Holley crew called us chicken if we don't do it, so. I guess we're jumping the truck. So we're gonna take top off, lighten her up a bit, maybe drop the air pressure a little bit, see if we can get some air on. I'm not gonna send it because this is 11-hour drive home yet, but should be fun. Here we go. his crew is here, and I don't know how Holley did it, but they got me the Bronco from Vaughn Jr. Unflippin' believable. So this thing's all set up, they tell me. It's brand new, it's got all the best of the best suspension. And they're gonna let me take it for a little rip. So we're gonna, track's about the right temperature, we're gonna try and hit it before the rain, see what we can do. Here we go. Speed. Fire extinguisher came out.
Thought you were gonna roll it for a second.
I was pretty close. I was up on two wheels there, kind of missed that one ramp there. But yeah, something exploded and then there was a lot of smoke inside the cab, so it's time to call it quits. But that was pretty good.
So both on the bounce, the initial and the bounce. So.
That was a good bounce, yeah.
You got a double air.
Yeah, the exhaust is off. It's still going, it's just there's no exhaust. Yeah, that's an issue. I don't think there's full in it anymore either.
I don't know, the shop vac tube held up great.
It's got pressure.
It's got pressure?
I think she's good.
Both the seats are fully broken now.
I kind of destroyed the whole front end, so it's not safe enough to drive anywhere anymore. But this back end still works. So we're gonna see about doing putting it in the burnout competition. What are you doing to my Bronco? I'm airing up the tires. I vice gripped off the flex line in the back, and I'm taking it in the burnout competition.
You better blow these tires off. Go ahead, take it.
I don't know anything about this truck. The keys were in it, and I heard there was a burnout competition.
It is a stick shift, which means all the things can go back.
It's going to be rough to break loose. It's a completely stock 2.9, and I hope I can break the tires loose, but we'll see what we can do.
Says the guy that says he knows nothing about the truck. All right, well, get out there. Get out there.
Hey, that affects the retail.
clutch, and a bell housing, and a flywheel, and a fresh oil change.
The best part was seeing the entire time, it's just clutch smoke.
I know, I saw it, I was like, that's all clutch.
It was all clutch.
And I was like, he's just gonna keep going.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it one more big round of applause. It just was shooting shit out the bottom, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, boom, and this big flash and shit spraying out the bottom.
Caleb got
It was about 3 minutes after you were stopping everything that we finally smelled it at the tower.
Oh, dude.
I just determined the speed of smell right there.
You gotta work with what you got. It wouldn't break loose in second. I couldn't really do a burnout in first. So then I put it in 4 low and I hit 5th, I think. So, so luckily it was, the entire bell housing is cracked all the way around.
$250 going to the runner-up.
Not bad. I just need my
Are you
vice
guys
grips.
ready?
I don't know if I can.
Next is drifting.
We need one for our battery. They don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I need that. Anything else that's any good on this? His mirrors are pretty good.
I can fix it. I can fix it. I was like, he's gonna do a good job. He's not doing a good job. I'm like, stop. I don't see anything coming up the back. I'm like, yeah, smoke is smoke. We'll see what happens.
I was standing filming and then they were saying like our names. I'm like, just like, come on.
Thanks, guys. Volunteer Cinema YouTube channel. We don't burn clutches like that.
Holley's happy, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, I figured they would. I'm like, so what are my options? I'm like, I bogged down and I didn't break loose. I'm like, it's just not wet enough for those tires to break loose. And then I'm like in 4th, I'm like, what, do I just like leave the track and say I can't break loose, I can't do a burnout and hang my head? Like, no, I gotta do something.
I honestly think like, yeah, it sucked. That was a horrible, that wasn't even a burnout. You didn't even chirp the tires. But I think it was the coolest one because everybody else was like, it's just a burnout. Yeah, this is great publicity for Ellis Fest. But yeah, that was the most memorable burnout I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. Can I do burnout in the Bronco? No. It's a pleasure meeting you.
It's great meeting you too.
No, we're fighting. We're fighting.
We're fighting. We're really mad at you right now. Okay, so we started developing a pretty bad vibration. Vibrations are never good because they never get better. And the U-joint at the back was really sloppy. The front's a double yoke, which is a real pain to change. We're gonna see if we can, you can see it was starting to go here. I don't know if that's enough to make it stutter, but we put the GoPros underneath and we watched the axle and those springs are completely worn, so it really tilts. And every time it's under load, you get the vibration. As soon as you let go of it, it goes away. Everything is still tight suspension-wise. We're just gonna see if we can change this U-joint. It's quick and easy and cheap. Bought a little mini grease gun so we can grease all the others. And this one. I will never be able to find grease for this thing again. This is kind of a one-time use. Nice, no grease fitting. No, this is a temporary fix. Nice. Throw that back in there and away we go. There's the master spline. Nut, line those up, grease the rest, we're on the way again. Our luck with the Bronco has finally ran out. We are 2 hours from the border, we're in Ohio, and it is not our fuel filter that's clogging anymore, it is the sock on the pickup tube inside the tank. So we blew it back a couple times just to get us to where we need to be, but it's only lasting about 10 minutes before it clogs. The issue is the entire sock is probably covered, and when I blow in it, I blow a little piece out, and then that gets clogged again right away. So we've got a third of a tank, which is about 10 gallons. It's a 33-gallon tank, I think, and it's about 6 pounds a gallon, so about 60 pounds of fuel, which isn't ideal for dropping the tank down. Everything's nice and clean. Some Broncos have the fuel filler neck mod where they just cut a hole in the floor. We don't have a saw and we don't really want to do that, so we're going to drop the tank. We're going to pull as much fuel as we can out, put it in a jerry can, put the rest in the cooler because we have nothing else. Then we can drop the tank down. We gotta get rid of all this fuel. We gotta clean the sock and get rid of the dirty fuel inside. No, we're not throwing it down the grate. All right, not fun, and I'm gonna stink. It's gonna be great. Grab the cooler. One socket. I'm telling you, that Milwaukee socket set's coming pretty handy. It's been out the most. These bolts are flipping tight. So it's this, the straps. Dave, thank you very much for the creeper. Much appreciated.
I watch you all the time. I just got done watching the fucking sprayer flamethrower video.
That wasn't so bad. If this was Ontario, I'd be spending a half hour just getting the ring off. Yeah, the sock came off. Oh. What's going on? Maybe the sock just came off here, which is fine. We'll dump out the rest of the fuel. Oh yeah, she's rusty bad. Not terrible. I think we got most of it. I think the issue is the pickup tube goes into this little hollow right here, and I think that was all the, you can see all the dirt automatically goes straight to the bottom, and I think because we were jostling it around so much, all of that went straight into that bottom little hollow, and that's all we were sucking. That could be from jumping it too. Well, just like the off-road course where like all that slides and then kind of gets stuck in that hollow. So I'm gonna bend that pickup tube up a bit, and then so we just can't go as low on fuel, and then we should be good. That's a bit brittle. Oh, that'll do it too. Just take that end off. There we go. I'd rather the sock not clog. Here, the filter takes a lot less time to do. I think that's it. not bad. So we're like 45 minutes in. Did the calculation. To pull over and blow in the tube every half hour takes about 7-8 minutes, or do the calculation of fixing it right the first time. Which isn't the right first time. We'll coat the inside of the tank. It's a nice heavy original steel tank. The aftermarket ones are so tinny. We'll worry about that when we get home. All right, here we go. All right, so tank's back in. We're just topping her off, figuring out exactly how much fuel we have. Take the jerry can with us, obviously full because we've raised up the pickup tube. But Walmart's right over there. We'll dump off the rest of the fuel. The old stuff, I guess if we just leave it, there's not a whole lot that they can say. We're just gonna open the door and say, there's some old fuel here, put it in your waste oil, and then just drive away. It's not like they can chase us with a cooler full of fuel.
Keep America beautiful.
Yeah. And then 2 hours to the border, and then Tim Hortons time, as soon as we cross. We're literally 4 minutes from the house. It's like right there. All right, 5,600 miles in a 35-year-old truck, but we made it. She's not what she used to be. A couple issues that we had: wipers quit, the back window quit, the right rear axle seal's leaking, the transfer case is leaking. Lots of little things to kind of pick away at. But this is kind of the last video you'll see on the Bronco for a bit. We've got Kenny's Customs lined up. They're going to paint it, and then we'll work out a new interior, get the Coyote swap and that figured out. We'll rebuild the 6R80 in the meantime. But we wanted to do the swap now for almost 2 years. We bought this thing a full year ago, and it's finally back in Ontario. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as we did filming it. We've had a great time over the 3 weeks. We jumped it, so now I know what the twin I-beam suspension can do to the front of it, but we are going to do a straight axle swap on that because we need better brakes, we need better steering. Once we put that 460 horse Coyote in there, it's just not safe enough the way it is. We'll take a look at those axles. Other than that, thanks to everybody who's been involved in this project. A big shout out to Dirt Cinema, who let me destroy their Bronco. I told them I was going to break it, and then they seemed really upset that I broke it. I'm like, we're Canadians, we don't lie. I wouldn't lie to them again. But thanks to Holley for putting on a great show at Ford Fest, and Trey for holding on to the Bronco for us and selling us this epic machine. So, remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich. Guys, if you live in the Salt Belt in that very northern states or the southern Ontario, go down south, do yourself a favor, get yourself a nice rust-free Bronco, or whatever, rust-free anything, and have an epic road trip, and then have something solid to work with when you're back. Thanks for watching, guys. Here we go.